Hey there, it's Lacy J, here to ask you to go to spacebearmedia.com right now to access all our content, buy yourself some merch, and most importantly, send us a message, a question, fan mail, even hate mail. We'll respond on YouTube. Also, please remember to rate and review the podcast on your favorite app or share it with someone you know who loves Lost. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the end of season 4. This is our bonus episode, Theories and Questions, and there's some more in there, too. This time, we're talking about fan theories after season 4 and fun facts about our character rankings, including an update on the aggregate over the 4 seasons. Plus, I did read The Invention of Morel, and I have things to tell you about that. And then, of course, Derek's biggest questions after 4 seasons of Lost, and I think he's got some theories too. But first, welcome everybody, and can I just say, lock in a box?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I'm so excited how that worked out. It did not occur to me when we first started doing that, but I'm pretty excited at how perfect that is. All right, how's everybody feel after season 4? Have you recovered from lock in a box yet?
It's so great.
Yes, it is.
Still,
I mean,
still recovering. You know,
Still
got to go through
recovering?
all the stages.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Grief
Okay.
stages.
Right. All right. That makes sense. So today, for this Theories and Questions, we're actually going to start with Derek and his questions and theories, because I think after the end of season 3, we ended with them, and I had already talked about like most of the fan theories, which were also Derek's. So it became sort of anticlimactic. So let's start with Derek this time. He's the most important. Derek.
Climactic.
All right. So yeah, after season 4, you did say, you told me your 3 questions. So let's go into that for a sec. But then you wanted to keep your theories a surprise. So none of us have heard those yet.
Okay, so yeah, my biggest questions are, of course, is how and where did they move the island?
Uh-huh.
And then how did Locke get off the island and end up in a casket? And then
Which is a box, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's a type of box.
It's your last box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like
And
a
then
magic
finally-
island is still an island.
Exactly
Yes.
right. Exactly right.
Okay.
And then what are these bad things that Ben said happened to the rest of the survivors that are remaining on the island? And why do all of them have to go back, including Locke and his box? I mean, you wouldn't want to just haul him out there, just the body. That'd get pretty rank.
Well,
It's been embalmed, so.
true. That's true. Well, Derek, I am really happy to tell you that every single one of those questions is answered in season 5. So
All right.
Get ready. Yes, it is. Oh, I'm so excited. If you guys want to hear what we're excited about for season 5, then join us next week on YouTube. It's going to be one of the things we talk about on the post show. Okay, Derek, do you want to shock us with your theories?
Yeah, I just had a couple of them. One of them is, one of my theories of how they moved the island. It's got to be some sort of like ancient technology or something, because you can see all these symbols on the, when Ben goes crawling through the ice and all that, you see these weird symbols. And
well, you've seen symbols elsewhere
that,
too, right?
That Stargate sort of feel
yeah,
to it.
It's like a Stargate type thing,
So we've seen symbols on the timer, right? The 108-minute timer. We saw some symbols in one of Ben's secret closets. I don't know. He's got like secret closets.
Yeah,
in
it was
his
the one where
secret
he was
closets.
able to get the smoke monster going.
Right. Yeah. So we have seen those in other places, and it won't be the last that we see some symbols. So, all right, ancient so like ancient aliens sort of thing, or
yeah, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, they built the pyramids,
Right, built the pyramids in the island, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one's probably kind of a little off the wall, but I just found it interesting. Like when I saw Christian, show up before Michael blew up, and then he was sitting there with Claire, and she didn't seem very concerned about her baby. And people that are in that cabin may not be alive anymore.
Oh, interesting.
I think maybe she didn't survive the explosion.
Oh, wow. And so that's a big fake out. But the hint is that she's in the cabin with Christian, who is clearly dead. Mm-hmm. And she showed up also to Kate. I mean, was in a dream, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Interesting theories. What do you guys think, Chrissy, Ben? Do you remember if he's right or wrong?
I don't. I had my own theory at this point, but I don't want to say it in case it's actually right.
Yeah, no, I don't really remember. Coming up, I have some ideas of some things that are going to happen, but I don't remember the fine details at all.
Okay. Ben, are you afraid if you say it, it's like actually what you're just remembering from the show instead of a new theory?
No, I'd actually be porting some J.J. Abrams from another J.J. Abrams show.
Fringe.
Fringe, yeah.
Parallel universes.
Parallel universes. And if this island sits at the crux of, multiple, a multiverse or something like that, then those who maybe appear dead are actually alive, and you hear voices and blah, blah, blah,
That's actually an episode from Fringe when the universes collide and people think they're talking to their dead, like the woman's dead husband or whatever, but really she's seeing him in another universe. Yeah, I mean, I find it hard to believe that J.J. Abrams.
That was like The Man in the High Castle was like that, if you ever saw that show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's like alternate history.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was an alternate universe. I thought it was just alternate history, like what are we watching now?
No, at the very end, they actually go, they start up some device and they can come into our time, like our present.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea that's where that show went. But yeah, that's kind of like Fringe. I find it hard to believe J.J. Abrams would do two shows so similar. But I mean, that makes sense, man. And then, so is that where the island slipped away to? Another universe?
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure where it went.
I know exactly.
We're probably going to find out.
And we're all going to find out in season 5. And I'm so psyched. Okay. So, Christy, you have a quick update about our merch situation, correct?
Yes, I do. Lacy managed to get her shit together and got a couple of new logos made, including the Royal Scotch Regimen one for Caleb.
Yeah.
We've got coffee mugs, t-shirts, hats, shower curtains, and bedspreads for some fucking reason.
That's true.
You can find it all at shopspacebear.com.
Yeah. You know what else you can find is Trump's mugshot if you want to put that on a bedspread.
I can put that on my shower curtain.
No, God, no.
That'd watch me the whole time.
I would it would be really funny to put on a shower curtain like in a guest bathroom and just like fucking scare people when they come to your house.
I can just have them say, yep, it's huge. You're right, Trump. It's
huge. But you could like hang it backwards so he's just watching you in the shower because he's like kind of looking down. Oh my God. But,
those little hands. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So shopspacebear.com for all that kind of fun. All right. You're going to have to hear me talk for just a little bit, but I will try not to Gilgamesh you. I swear I won't Gilgamesh you. I did read The Invention of Morel. I really actually liked it. I can see why the writers of this show liked it. And instead of like reading you the book or making you go through chapter to chapter, I'm just going to pull out a few points that I think that resonated with me after I read it and after I did a little like internet research about the story. So we already talked about the fugitive and the correlation with Kate, and also about how he was like falling in love with a woman from afar. Her name is Faustine, and how the other people around her can't see him or hear him, and how they seem to be like repeating certain days over and over. So in case you forgot, those were the things that we talked about. So in addition to that, I did want to say, talking about this book and some of the things that I pulled out, it really makes sense before seasons 5 and 6. And the topics that get covered in seasons 5 and 6. And I wonder if the writers dropped the like hint of it. Remember, somebody was reading it on the show during season 4, like purposefully. All right. So a few of the things that I wanted to point out. 1, the island is thought to have a strange and unidentifiable disease that seems almost like radiation poisoning, which I thought sounded familiar, at least in the early seasons. Morel invents, the character Morel, who is one of the ghostly sort of people. We find out that he invents a machine that is capable of recreating reality, capturing by way of capturing everyone's souls to replay the same week over and over again. And he does this because he's also in love with the same woman as the fugitive, and he wants to spend eternity with her. So Morel created this machine that reconstructs reality, but in order to make it work was when he discovered that the people would have to die before they could join this repetitive week, I guess you could say. Thus, the images of the tourists that the fugitive, sees were not actually real, but their souls trapped in a virtual reality. Main themes of the book are listed as the question of immortality and reality versus illusion. Last little fact, the book contains a map of the island that the fugitive is stranded on. And if you Google the Invention of Morel Island map and Lost Island map, you are going to see 2 very similar shapes, which I thought was a nice little Easter egg from the writers. Yeah. So I'm just going to say, go read the book. It's pretty good. And we will talk more about these little fun facts from this book as seasons 5 and 6 go on, and definitely after the show is over. All right. Ready for something fun?
Yes.
Sure.
It's fun facts about our power rankings. Ben, you got some stats for us, don't you?
I do. In addition to our normal top 3, bottom 3, we have our season ending finishes here. So the first one, and of
season
course,
ending finishes.
Finishes,
Is
yes,
that from
I said that.
The finishes from Creamy Kimi, I guess?
Yeah.
No, it is absolutely not from Creamy Kimi.
Okay.
But very, very topical. Our first award is the most fucked in season 4, which, to no surprise, anyone's surprise, is Kate with 30 fuck points.
All right.
Kate got 30 fuck points. Was there anybody close behind her?
There were a couple other folks. No one else broke 20 though. I think Juliet and Saeed both had 18 points, and then I think Sun had 15. Hurley had 15 and Desmond had 15, but that's
go Hurley.
Wow.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely fucked all of those people. All right. What's next?
Next, we have the most killed trophy, which, I mean, come on.
I wonder who that is.
I wonder who that is. I'll give you a creamy, I'll give you a creamy hint. Yeah, Creamy Kimi with negative 75 kill points.
Damn.
Wow.
And before you ask the question, no, there was not anybody anywhere close to him. The closest was actually, I think, Ben Linus with negative 15.
I wonder how
That was
many
all
kills.
Christy, yeah.
Yeah, that was all Christy. Christy in a murderous rage.
Yeah.
I'm fair.
She's fair. She's fair.
She's fair.
I think we were all fair. We meant what we said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wonder how many kill points Michael had in season 2. We probably don't have that info, but I bet Kimi was still even more than Michael shooting.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
Libby and...
Well, and we've differed on a lot of different characters. I differed on the way I felt about Shannon by the end of season 1, and you guys were still like...
Still doing it.
What about Anna Lucia?
Michael had negative 42 kill points at the end of season 2.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so yeah, not even close.
Not
wow,
even
that
close.
says a lot. Oh, Kimi, you're the worst.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
We had our most loved off-island character, which was Penny with 35 points.
Oh, yay!
Penny.
And even though she showed up at the end, she's still technically off the island because she's on the boat. So,
Yep.
yeah, all right. Yeah, of course we love Penny. I'm on a boat,
Never
motherfucker.
stepped foot on the island.
All right.
Then we have our most hated off-island character, which is Penny's father, Charles Widmore, with negative 58 points.
Wow.
Oh, fuck you, Charles Widmore.
Yeah,
Also,
you're the one, all this
Such a
shit's
dick.
going on, yeah. He's the cause of most of this crap.
he is. All right. Well, next season, maybe we'll see him not off the island.
What?
Mm.
What?
What's next, Ben?
I'm just going to cover the next two. Our most random fuck is the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was you.
and our most random kill is the DA in episode 4, which I believe Dave did not like the DA in episode 4.
Oh, okay. I was like, I wonder who killed the
He
DA.
thought that he looked like Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis,
or
yeah.
sounded
Oh,
like
yeah.
it. I don't remember.
Yeah. That was
Sean,
great.
Sean Doyle, yeah.
We miss you, Dave. Come back again.
Next, we have our biggest fall from grace, which it was difficult to do this season because we didn't really have characters that at the beginning of the season went one way and then went another. It was all very directional. If they started going up, then they kept going up. If they started going down, then they kept going down. So we sort of revisited this to say, and we awarded this one to Jack because he is one of the characters that had amassed a lot of points and had always been, top 5 at least every season. This season, he ended up in the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He's been going very
It's that
slowly
beard,
out
man.
of our favorite.
Yep.
Well, yeah, the beard.
Dr. Bronze.
Indeed. Dr. Bronze in the bottom.
Dr. Bronze in the bottoms. Yeah.
He's a bottom bronze.
So next, we have the biggest climb toward the top. Much like Jack, this one was kind of hard because previously we had done this kind of within the season, but this time looking at it, we decided to award this one to Hurley because he has been making a steady upward climb
Are we golf
up
clapping?
the mountain
For really?
for 4 straight seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That is a long, slow
Yeah.
climb.
Yep.
From not
Nothing like the quick climbs that they had at the beginning of season 1 when they would go on a walk.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was never negative, though. We've never really.
No. I think Christy gave him negative points once. I think
I did too. Whenever he ratted out to everyone.
Right?
So.
Yeah.
Yep,
But
yep.
that was basically it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I guess just like Lock in the Box is working out, giving him the title mayor of Island Town is certainly ringing true here.
Heck yeah.
All right. So now for the really interesting stuff, Ben. You also have aggregate of the top and bottom 5 characters after season 4.
I do. We'll start at the bottom. 5th from the bottom is everyone's favorite creeper, Ethan, with negative 119 points. Just edging him out was one of our favorite punching bags from season 1, Shannon, with negative 122 points.
Poor Shannon.
And then we've got the most despisable dad, Anthony Cooper, with negative 128 points.
Boo, Anthony Cooper. A lot of despisable.
Second place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Despisable. Oh, no, that's the right word. I said despisable, thought I said disposable, laughed at
Despicable.
myself. Oh no.
Despicable.
A lot of despisable fathers on this show, as we've mentioned.
Speaking
before.
of despicable fathers, in second place we have Michael with negative 149 points.
Whoa!
He made it into the Despicable Dads because he made it a point at every turn to say he's my son. So,
oh God, yeah,
Okay.
that was.
All right. And do we need to wonder who number one is?
Splooge
McNougat. Yeah. Creamy Keemy.
Creamy Kimmy.
Negative 225 points. So
He's probably someone's absent dad.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, I'm sure.
Many.
Potentially many.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Where he goes.
Really
he's spreading the seed.
really rapey, that dude.
Ooh, okay. Wow. And top 5 characters after the 4 seasons.
Yeah. Number 5 is Locke with 217.
All right.
Fourth place, and this was a surprise to us last season, but another example of slow and steady wins the race. Sun with 243 points.
Uh-huh.
She's awesome.
Yep.
In third place, Jack with 245. So Sun is probably, at this rate, is going to catch up to Jack.
Honestly, because she's probably just going to keep gaining points, and he might continue to lose them over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, right. He's going.
In second place, we've got Kate. She's not as strong a showing as some previous seasons. She's been falling off as well. Like season 1 and 2, she was like the runaway winner. But over the last couple seasons, her sort of brattiness has got us, not digging her quite so much. There's a lot of fuck points. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we fucked her way to the top there. So,
And then who is on the top? Of course.
Ben Linus.
The mayor of Islandtown, of course.
No.
Hurley with 405 points.
Wow. He's
85 points
Hurley.
between him and Kate.
Yeah, that's huge. The bottom 3 there are all really pretty close to each other. Kate's up there. She can just hang on just by fuck points alone, probably.
Yeah.
This is Hurley's game to lose at this point. Good for you, Hurley. You deserve it. All right. One last thing before we head out of here. I pulled out a couple of theories. I did a little research and found some stuff that was floating around after season 4. And I'm going to tell you about them now. The first one, Walt is a magic man who will grow up to rule the island and or possibly be Lance Reddick. This was something that was going around at the time. I don't know that it entirely makes sense, but some people went a little too far. They started to post that Walt is actually Matthew Abaddon. The only piece of this mystery was pretty much that Walt and Abaddon were both black. And that time travel equaled a theory. And that was essentially what was going around. Some people are lazy about it, but that, I don't know.
Yeah,
Could he be Matthew Abaddon?
By extension, so. Anthony Cooper is also Aaron, like they're both white men.
Right.
Well, I mean, this theory almost sounds like Walt is like going to become the Wizard of Oz.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So he's just going to live on the island. But I guess, it still wouldn't make sense that he was Matthew Abaddon. They're both not just black. They're both sort of mysterious. There's a lot of mysterious stuff around.
I take it Walt has to go back too.
Oh, you think so?
I would imagine.
That's a good question.
Well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that actually I thought is a little bit interesting was called the time loop theory. So rooted heavily in sci-fi, there was an entire website devoted to the idea that all of the strange occurrences happening on the island were the result of its inhabitants traveling back in time over and over and over again. This would help explain why some people, like Richard Alpert, never seemed to age and why the crash-landed survivors had visions of the past or returned to prior states of health, like Locke walking, or Rose without cancer, I guess, too. So the island existed in a kind of a time bubble as its inhabitants used its magnetic powers to move backward again and again. The mythical Jacob was someone who had died in a past timeline but left an echo behind on the island. The smoke monster was the physical means by which the timeline corrected itself to avoid any terminal paradoxes. What do you think of that?
It's interesting.
Ooh. Gonna be some time quakes.
It's
Yeah,
not
there's
true.
a lot going on there. That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not true. It's not entirely true. There are some things in there that kind of correlate with what's really going on, but not in any way that somebody actually like guessed what was happening in the show. But I thought that was at least a well thought out guess, more than like Walt is black,
Right?
And so is Matthew Abaddon. All right, guys, that's it. That is the end of season 4 of Lost and Lost in My 40s. I would like to once again extend a very special thanks to Dave and Caleb for coming back this season. And Ado, hopefully we see you again before this ends. Listen, next week we will be back on YouTube for a quick postseason chat. 8 weeks after that, we'll be back again on YouTube for the season 5 pre-show. And then on Wednesday, December 27th, the audio podcast is back with our season 4 recap and episode 1 of season 5 called Because You Left. Sounds a little bit like we're going to find out what happened after they were gone. Huh, Derek?
Sounds like it.
All right. And of course, because it's Lost, in season 5, we're going to get yet another new cast. Plus,
like a whole new cast?
Plus, we re-meet some old characters in a new way, and we have to go back.
Jack.
All right.
And don't you come back.
Enjoy the holidays, everybody. We'll see you at the end of December. Bye.
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 Lost in My 40s is a Space Bear Media production. Executive produced and edited by me, Lacy J. Sound engineering, editing, and original music by Benjamin Trimp. Like and follow Lost in My 40s on Facebook and SpaceBear_Media on Instagram and Threads. Plus, follow Space Bear Media on YouTube for extra video content. Or for everything in one place, go to spacebearmedia.com.